You know, we spend so much of our lives trying to improve ourselves, right? Through meditation, studying, just trying to be a better person. But have you ever really stopped to ask, what's the actual end goal here? What is it that we're all trying to cultivate? Well, today we're going to dive into a philosophy that has a surprisingly simple and pretty profound answer to that very question.
I mean, if you look across the world's great traditions, the answers are all over the place. For Confucianism, it's all about cultivating our humanity. Taoism, that's about cultivating immortality. Buddhism is aiming for Buddhahood, and Christianity centers everything on cultivating love. It really feels like everyone is climbing a completely different mountain.
So, with all these different destinations, which path is the right one? I mean, where does that leave us? The philosophy we're looking at today cuts right through the noise and asks a very simple, direct question. Amidst all of this, what are we actually supposed to be cultivating?
Now, you might think it's just going to add another complicated system to the pile, but it does the exact opposite. It simplifies everything, boiling the entire goal of spiritual life down to just 3 core concepts, 3 pillars to focus on.
Okay, so the first one is sing. This translates to our essential nature or essence. Just think of this as your innermost, truest self. It's the absolute core of your being when you strip away everything else, all the noise, all the labels, all the conditioning.
The second concept is I, or love, and we're not just talking about an emotion here. In this context, love is something much bigger. It's presented as the very nature of the divine, a universal, connecting force that is, for all intents and purposes, God.
And finally, the third pillar is the Tao, or the way. This is that underlying principle, the path of the entire universe. It's the natural order and flow of everything, the current we're all meant to align ourselves with.
So you've got these 3 massive ideas, right? Your true nature, divine love, and the way of the universe. And you'd probably think these are 3 separate things you need to work on. But here it is, the core insight of this whole philosophy. They're not. Nature is love. Love is the way, and the way is nature. They're a perfect, unified whole, just 3 different names for the exact same thing.
Okay, that's a pretty mind-bending idea, isn't it? If your essential nature already is love, and that love is the way, then what's there left to do? I mean, how do you even practice something that you already are? Well, this is where the philosophy gets really practical, turning that beautiful theory into a clear 4-step method.
So the path is laid out for us in 4 distinct steps. You can think of it as a journey, one that starts with just a small shift in your mind, but ends up completely transforming your entire existence, right from the ground up.
It all kicks off with step 1, improve understanding. It makes sense, right? Before you can walk the path, you've got to see it clearly. And the source material is really emphatic about this. Without truly grasping what nature, love, and the way actually mean, any effort you make is just like a headless fly bumping into walls. Then, once that understanding really clicks into place, you move on to step 2, which is to transform your thinking. This is all about actively reprogramming your mind. It means letting go of all those old, limiting worldviews and consciously focusing all of your mental energy squarely on the way.
Step 3 goes even deeper than just your thoughts. This is about perfecting consciousness itself. Imagine for a second your awareness is like a dirty window. This step is about cleaning off all the dust and smudges, the ego, the distractions, so your consciousness can become this perfectly clear lens that nature, love, and the way can just shine right through.
And that brings us to the final and most profound step, perfecting life structure. Now, this isn't just about thinking or feeling differently. The source describes this as a fundamental upgrade to your entire operating system. It's about transcending the base code of our animal instincts and aligning your whole being with a higher celestial state.
So that's the path. Understand, transform, perfect, and then perfect again. It's a huge journey, but it begs a really important question, doesn't it? Why? Why go through all this trouble? What's the ultimate point of any of this spiritual growth anyway?
Let's just zoom out for a second. Why do we do anything? We work, why? To get money. Okay, why do we need money? To live, to buy things we need. Okay, but why do we want to live?
You see, if you keep asking why about anything you do, why you want success or peace or even love, you eventually hit a final wall. What is that one ultimate reason that sits behind every other reason?
Well, the answer, according to this philosophy, is almost startlingly simple. The ultimate purpose of everything we do, every single human activity, is to find happiness and joy. That's it. That's the final stop. Every single road we take, no matter how different it looks, is ultimately leading to that one destination. And the philosophy zooms out even further, suggesting this isn't just a human thing, but a cosmic purpose. The purpose of the entire universe is for life to exist, and the purpose of life itself? To joyfully play, to simply experience the delight of being.
And that brings everything full circle, right back to the beginning. If the whole point of life is joy, then the true Tao, the correct way, isn't about some rigid set of rules or some complex doctrine. It is simply whatever path leads you to genuinely enjoy your life. The entire spiritual quest gets redefined as a journey to happiness.
So we're left with this beautifully simple and maybe a little provocative thought. In our constant search for complex answers and profound, hidden truths, what if we've overlooked the most obvious one of all? What if the entire point of everything is just to be happy?